All right, our top focus at 3 p.m. Now there's high-octane drama on the streets of Kolkata, in fact, across the state of Bengal, including in Howrah as well, where multiple routes have been blocked. Remember this after the BJP leaders, including MLA Suvendu Adhikari, who's also the leader of opposition in the West Bengal Assembly, former TMC leader Suvendu Adhikari, have been detained. BJP has alleged that the cops, the West Bengal cops, they say Mamata's cops are threatening and intimidating them, and in fact cops have gone on to lob water cannons on the BJP workers. We're also learning that in fact more number of BJP workers have also been detained. Now there has been a massive face-off, massive violent clash between the West Bengal police and the protesting BJP leaders and workers. The state BJP president, meanwhile, is sitting on a dharna alleging no democracy in Bengal. BJP alleges that Mamata government is afraid of the BJP. So these are the dramatic visuals on your screens straight from Howrah and Kolkata, where you can see how the BJP is only escalating, rather stepping up its offensive on the streets of the capital. Remember, this is with regards to BJP's Nabanna Chalo Rally. Nabanna Chalo Rally, remember, this is a bid by the BJP to take on the Mamata government by staging a march towards her office, that is Nabanna, in Kolkata. And the BJP says that the main reason that they are carrying out this march, this protest, is over the corruption allegations against the Mamata government. They say that this protest march is in the backdrop of the scams that has in fact rocked the state of Bengal.
BJP that the state secretariat will not be allowed to be carried out by BJP workers under any circumstances, because the state secretariat is a highly secured zone. It comes under section 144 and there cannot be any exception in the state of West Bengal. A rule which is applicable all across in every state in the country is also applicable in the state of West Bengal. Law and order situation has to be maintained in and around the state secretariat. So BJP wanted to break these barricades. We saw those barricades have been challenged. Literally, people have tried throwing stones. They had also tried throwing, the flagpoles. They have tried pelting also bricks on the police people. And after a point, after police people failed to in a way contain the crowd and the anger, with the help of water cannon, they eventually in a way breached those barricades themselves, made advancement towards the protesters, fired tear gas shells and then pushed them. So there were a couple of tear gas shells fired at the protesters. We saw protesters even throwing packets of water, whatever they could lay their hands on, be it the flagpoles, be it the wooden blocks, be it stones, bricks, whatever they could lay their hands on, even chips from the ground, they had been picked up. BJP, on the other hand, is now alleging that their peaceful protest has been infiltrated by Trinamool Congress cadres who had done all the nuisance, and they have not done anything. The provocation came from Trinamool Congress workers. They're also alleging that people atop those roofs have tried throwing stones and bricks at them and injuring them, something that has been contested by the police people. At the moment, it's a very there is a sense of disquiet. There is a sense of disquiet in the quietness that I get to see here. People are all, dispersed, but they're still holding up their position. Some over there, some there. Shukanta Mojumdar is still there. His vehicle is still waiting here. Agnimitra Paul is still there. They're trying to, ensure that they continue with their protest. Agnimitra Paul has issued a statement saying that today or tomorrow they would get out the state secretariat Nabanna, and they would unfurl the BJP flag from atop the state secretariat Nabanna. But then police had been maintaining that they will not be allowing any of the protesters to get anywhere close to the state secretariat. So the state secretariat, this is the very road which leads to the state secretariat and which is now complete.
All right, so that was my colleague Tamal Saha reporting live from Howrah. Remember, there is a massive showdown that is in fact underway on the streets of Bengal. Bengal right now, right from the capital Kolkata city to Howrah, where you can see the BJP workers, in a bid to take on the Mamata government, are staging a mega march towards Nabanna, that is the main power center in Bengal, where Mamata Banerjee sits. However, Mamata's corps, the West Bengal police officials, have gone on to use force in order to stall the protest by the BJP workers.
Workers still holding up. Some of them have dispersed, some are still holding up. I'll try and quickly speak to a couple of BJP workers if you can just go that side. Several BJP workers who are still trying to hold up with the party flags and trying to challenge the police people. कहाँ से आए? कहाँ से आए? कहाँ से आए?
हम लोग बर्धमान से आया, बर्धमान बीरभूम सारा बांग्ला से आया।
आप कहाँ से आए?
आप काटवा से आया।
अच्छा,
কাটোয়া से आया। আমাদের প্রোগ্রামটা ছিল আমাদের ঘোষিত প্রোগ্রাম, সেখানে দিদি যেভাবে পুলিশকে ব্যবহার করছে, যে আমরা শান্তিপূর্ণ একটা ডেপুটেশন দেবো আমাদের।
কোথায় যাবে? নবান্ন?
আমরা নবান্ন যাওয়ার জন্য আমাদের এসে আমরা রাজ্যের বুকে যত চোরের আমদানি হয়েছে নবান্নের বুকে, আমরা সেই চোরগুলোকে নবান্ন থেকে নামাবার জন্য আমাদের আজ এই কর্মসূচি। আমরা আগামী দিনে 14 থানা থেকে নামিয়ে
So these are the BJP workers as you see. कहाँ से आए दादा?
हम तो यही हावड़ा में रहते हैं।
अच्छा,
रामेश्वर मलयाली।
अच्छा, तो आप लोग कितना देर से इधर पे प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं और आप लोग क्या जगह छोड़ के जाएंगे या रुकेंगे इधर पे?
अभी हम लोग जब तक है तब तक हम लोग रुकेंगे।
अच्छा, शुभेंदु अधिकारी को अरेस्ट किया गया है, बहुत सारे बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं को अरेस्ट किया गया है। सुगंध मजूमदार अभी भी बैठे हुए इधर पे, क्या कहेंगे?
क्योंकि ये जो दलाल पुलिस है, अभी कुछ दिन पहले धर्मतल्ला चलो हुआ था, तो उसमें यही पुलिस उनका स्वागत कर रही थी, उनको बिरयानी खिला रही थी और अंडा भात खिला रही थी। आज हम लोग शांतिपूर्वक जब ये प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं तो हम लोगों को लाठीचार्ज किया जा रहा है, आंसू गैस से छोड़ा जा रहा है।
So the BJP workers are angry, they are agitated. As you see that they are doing dharna over here, and this BJP workers are assembling out here. They are all on the ground, not leaving this spot. They are not leaving this spot, and they are all there holding up. So they are saying they will not be leaving this spot. We will try and go and get a sense of Suvendu Adhikari, the BJP leaders who are still there holding up. They're saying they will not be leaving this spot. And they're still doing their protest, their demonstration, and they're not willing to leave. There is massive deployment of police people. Arrangements are now being made to ensure that Suvendu Adhikari can safely be taken into preventive detention. Mind you, Suvendu Adhikari is protesting over there. I'll try and go that side. Massive deployment of forces out here. Police people now inching closer towards Suvendu Adhikari, the state BJP president. And in all likeness, Suvendu Adhikari will be picked up in that very vehicle. Suvendu Adhikari is leading this protest. And Suvendu Adhikari hasn't left this spot.
All right, so there you heard all the ground details coming in from my colleague Tamal Sahaus reporting from the protest site in Howrah. Remember, massive clashes, violent clashes in fact, between the West Bengal police and the protesting BJP workers. You can see how in fact the police is using force, excessive force on these protesting workers, also lobbing water cannons on the protesters. Remember, top BJP leaders including Suvendu Adhikari, Loket Chatterjee have been detained as the mega face-off continues between the BJP and the TMC and the Bengal corps.